they came in. Well, it was Bash at the Beaches, where it was live TV. It was not taped.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so it was a live event. We're up at Daytona Beach, and I had been going back and forth. They had brought me in Atlanta and stuff like that, and they were filming. It's right when they were filming or start filming it over in Orlando. And they come up there, and I'm the mystery partner. So I drive up, and they had this deal almost like like how Glazier was. I don't know if you remember that gimmick. It was almost like a comic book type hero.
Yeah.
And they had this other, the Shockmaster I was gonna be under a hood, and I was gonna, had this whole costume and everything with lightning bolts and stuff. The Super Shockmaster wound up being, and I worked that way a few times because after the deal there, then they decided to change it after the Shockmaster incident. They decided
they kind of killed you on that one. Yeah.
They decided to go a different route.
Yeah. Well, it probably sounded cool at the time, especially, you like the comic books of the characters. And, and then you see this helmet or whatever the stormtrooper thing was, and with the pinholes. Did you go like, what the hell? I mean,
I walk in, and it's probably like about a half hour, 45 minutes before the show's supposed to start. And they go, here, you're going to wear this. I'm like, what? Just for the interview. You're just going to put this to conceal your identity. Because I knew that came, people know that came from up north, and they were trying to conceal as much as they possibly could, the fact that who I was, Tugboat was Typhoon, and, now he's coming here, and they were trying to kibosh that kind of, and they didn't want anybody to know. Of course, anybody that's been around the business, the marks know everything. But
yeah, right.
I come in, and they go, here, you're going to wear this. So I go to put it on to try it on, and glitter is two little pinholes.
Yeah.
You seen the thing? It was you took a picture with it.
I don't know how in the world you could see anything. I mean, how they expected you to even take 3 steps is beyond me.
What was it? The other day, I'm like, I put this thing on, glitter's coming through my eyes. So Janie Ingalls was the secretary for the office. So she's there, and they go, oh, we can't have the glitter going in your eyes. So I can't see anyway out them little holes.
Right.
Okay? And they go, here. So they have her take her pantyhose off, cut patches out of the pantyhose, and glue them over the hole, the little
and make
holes
it worse.
in there. Yes, exactly. Well, why'd you drill the holes to begin with? But you're going to wear this. And I'm like, okay. So then they, right before I'm about to go out, they take me out there, and they go, there's no way to microphone this mask, so Ole Anderson's going to do the voiceover. So, okay.
And you're crashing through a wall, right? Let's not live that part out.
Yeah, I crashed through a wall. So the thing is, I go out right before I'm supposed to go out there, probably 15 minutes or so, and Mike Graham is the guy that's going to give me the cue to bust through the wall. Okay, and the wall is done like a wall would be in your house. It was 2x4 studs every 12 to 14 inches, okay? And then there was a board right below my knees going across because it's a tall wall.
I think they're building a house. I mean, you're supposed to be able to go through a wall.
Yeah, and, it wasn't gimmicked. You think at least they would gimmick the boards, right? And Mike Graham goes to me, he goes, Fred, you're going to have to hit this thing hard. I'm like, don't worry about it. I see, I'm benching over 6. I'm squatting close to 900.
Yeah.
I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll bust this wall, So I'm like, oh, my God. Okay. So I put this thing on my head, and I stand like probably 6-8 inches away from the wall itself. Mm. And so he says, when he gives me a cue, I put my double axe handle over my head and I swung at the wall straight at it as hard as I possibly could hit this thing, and just snapped the boards, blew out it was 5/8 sheetrock, blew it out, but the bottom below my knees didn't break, And so the momentum of me swinging my arms at the wall to break the wall, all right, I became a human teeter-totter. So, woof, I go through the wall, and the thing pops off like a champagne cork. So we're live. I know in my head that it's live. I turn my head to the wall, facing the wall, and reaching for the hood to put it back on my helmet, on my head.
Yeah.
And all I could think about is jumping up, getting that on as fast as possible, jumping up, and pantomiming the promo while Oli is
doing
actually
the
doing it.
Yeah.
You know, but meanwhile, when you watch the video, yes, you know, it's not like I can't talk because there's no way to mic. I am the Shockmaster. I am going to shock the world.
You did.
Well,
you
I already
did
did that shock world deal. You know what I'm saying?
Who was the genius who left the 2x4 across the bottom of the wall? Though that tripped you. I mean, who thought that somehow you were going to break that?
Well, yeah, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, the bottom line is they should have gimmicked the wall, you know, partially cut it or something, you know, where it would bust easy, you know.
Well, they killed you on that one. That was
well, yeah,
in many ways.
But it's me.
Yeah.
You know, as far as the fans and all the boys, I killed it. Yeah. But you know, matter of fact, the other night during NXT Takeover, I guess Booker T said something to the effect that all these people are sending me Facebook messages. Can you believe what Booker T just said? He wished the Shockmaster moment had never happened. How dare he? You know, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just typed out, "Aw."
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, I mean, it is what it is, you know. I mean, good, bad, or ugly in this business, you know, you just have to go with the flow and you got to do the best, you know. And if anybody was to ever look back at some of the greatest stars that there ever was, each and every one of them had a Shockmaster moment.
Oh, hell yeah.
At one time or another in this business. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not as dramatic, but surely I've seen guys get their feet caught on the top rope and fall flat on their face jumping over the top.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a variety of different things, and that's just the, you know, the lead-in. But, you know, I don't make excuses. You know, it was bad that night. I go, it was like a case of beer kind of event. You probably could have drank a case of beer going back to Tampa, but I was like, you know, it was bad, and I took my ribbon from the boys, which is like water on a duck's behind.
Yep.
But, you know, I mean, the best, you know, it's been great. It's been good, and if you can't laugh at yourself, you know, no matter, 20 years later after the facts, I mean, it's, you know, it's like got that, what do you call it, Rocky Horror Picture Show type following.